Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced, Vice Chair of the Libertarian National Committee, um, Libertarian at large, or just in person. Basically, this has just been one of those weeks, right? It's one of those weeks where everybody is just looking to raise my blood pressure. Um, it happens. But basically, here's the update with things going on the LNC, because this is what everyone's going to be talking about, and to the extent that I can clarify what's going on and try to quelch down to the extent that things escalate, I'm going to try to do so. Okay, clear communication, clear understanding of each other is always the best way to move forward, so that way we can, instead of looking for more reasons for conflict, try to work towards something that looks like a resolution or a conclusion, something that we can live with. Okay, so assessment of sort of where things stand right now. Okay, so the newest thing that's happening right now, literally over the last, like, I guess 20 minutes. Okay, so Nick Sowerk, chair of the party, has issued a statement where he says that he rules that a place can be the internet. Okay, and basically saying that legal counsel, Oliver Hull, who's the legal counsel of the party, agrees with that assessment. And so he is issuing this sort of declaration as chair that this is a thing. What does that mean? As far as I know, absolutely nothing. Because technically, him just issuing a ruling doesn't necessarily change what actions the LNC has taken. So the fact that last Saturday we moved to postpone no later than July 15th, without a date or a place having been selected yet, none of that's changed. Really, the only thing that from what I understand, that this makes very clear is that if the LNC were to act in a way that would move towards a virtual anything, that Nick would rule that okay. Okay? That's literally the extent of it, because technically what would happen is the LNC, so the body still has to vote and discuss and debate and take some sort of action. And what action, could be several different possibilities. I mean, there's just the kind of the four sort of possibilities that are kind of up in the air. Is there's a compromise that's being discussed. Basically, which has been pretty public at this point, which is the compromises that kind of think about some sort of way to do the presidential election now and postpone the rest to a physical convention later. The big issue with that option is just sort of the logistics of how do you execute that. Then there's the postponement of the convention completely to July, so we won't even know who the presidential candidate is till July. That's one option on the table. The question is, again, it just depends on how the body votes. And then there's the possibility of the whole convention virtually. And then the fourth option, we don't agree on anything. If we can't make a decision, we don't agree, then this 10-day window that we have to make a decision closes, and basically, far as we know, the LNC has failed to set a decision to make a convention, so there is no convention. And I don't know, really, there's very, very gray areas of what happens in that situation, so it's not very clear. So that'd be the worst case scenario, so let's hope that doesn't happen. So that's why it's important to sort of calm the energies in the room, and let's get back to earth, because we have people asking for resignations, people threatening lawsuits, and if Nick came out and said this is what we're doing and I don't care what the LNC does, then yes, there'd probably be a very strong case for asking for a resignation or saying, hey, there's legal actions necessary here. But from what I'm reading, that's not what I heard. It is a bold move for sure, a bold move in an already tense time to put it forth so boldly that you would make such a ruling in that situation. I can understand if some people see it as antagonistic, but at the end of the day, what matters is what the LNC does on Saturday. So the extent of what matters, whatever side you're on, what you want is to not let the other side cloud your judgment by making you angry or distracting you. Okay? And I don't want anyone on either side to be distracted or angry or upset, because that's going to hurt our ability to come to some sort of decision on Saturday. Okay? So I am speaking now to make these things clear as possible. So again, far as I can tell, Nothing has changed. Okay? There was a statement that I'm sure some people took as antagonistic, and whether it was meant as such or whatnot, I'm not going to ever try to impute what people's intentions are. But at the end of the day, what matters is Saturday. What matters is what happens on Saturday. When the LNC meets, we adjourn a meeting, we debate, we follow procedure, and we make a decision. Okay? All pot shots launched by anyone in any camp between now and then are really meaningless and probably sometimes counterproductive until a decision is made. Okay, so if you have, again, me, I just want to make sure that we don't end up with worst case scenario. That's sort of my goal. So meaning we can come up with some sort of decision. But, if you're someone who has a particular outcome you want to see, getting angry, getting distracted isn't going to help your cause. Okay? Because instead of preparing to achieve the cause that you want, you'll be distracted and preparing for a situation that probably won't happen. And that isn't productive. Okay? So I'm just putting this out there in hopes that we all find our calmer natures and think, okay, how do we, instead of saying, okay, my priorities are more important than everybody else's priorities, figure out what is a solution that can sort of thread that needle with everyone's priorities. Maybe not perfectly, but enough, close enough, that more people than not will feel better than bad about the decision that is made, because there is no good decision right now. There just isn't. Okay? So antagonism in this environment over a situation that wasn't anyone's doing is frustrating. Like I said, this is one of those weeks where the LNC is really looking to keep my blood pressure up. So I just wanted to kind of say and release my 2 cents on this before it escalates too far, before it gets too nuts, because there are far more important things going on in the world. The drug war hasn't changed, the wars abroad hasn't changed, the economy's in a mess, there's failures of leadership everywhere in society and in the country, that require sort of, that one is an opportunity for us to actually get our message out there, but it's also an opportunity for us to actually help fix these things. And to the extent that we let our internal conflicts get too distracting, we are derelict in trying to fix those problems. So, point is, nothing has changed. Nothing has happened. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what the body will decide on Saturday. Okay? All bluster, all proclamations, all poundings of the chest that occur between now and then do nothing. They change nothing. There is a motion that was passed on Saturday. The meeting was adjourned to this Saturday, and nothing officially happens until that Saturday meeting. Okay? Everything else is a distraction, and I would prefer people not be distracted. So ciao. My name is Alex Merced, Vice Chair of the Libertarian National Committee. Have a great day, and enjoy.